Hello, welcome back to another Ruffa Sports Cards video. In today's video, I have the much anticipated and very well loved here on the channel, the first quarter profit video. So I go over every single expense, every single revenue, and every single thing to do with the sports card business and the way that I run things and all that. Now, I know that it's loved for a very wide range of things, whether that be the entertainment value or whether that be someone trying to pocket watch. That happens a lot in our industry today, and something I could talk about for an entire video if I really wanted to. But nonetheless, it is a very much loved and a very much anticipated, and just in general, one of the most popular videos that I have ever done on this channel. But so let's get right into the expenses and the revenues. We're going to start off with the expenses today. We have inventory expense, the probably one of the most important ones, because without inventory, you can then not even have a business at all. All of them are very important, but the inventory side of things is arguably what brings you in revenue itself. So got to spend money to make money. And I spent money at trade nights. So on February, the trade night at the local card shop here, I spent $285. And during the March trade night, I spent $580. So in total there, it looks like I spent $865, I believe that would be at trade night. I purchased a direct sale from someone I met at the card shop when I was there one day. I think it was one time it was at trade night, and then one time it was just me being there to search the value bins, but did a direct deal with him. I spent $1,520 on the deal. That was mainly $520 for quite a bit of cards, and then $1,000 on the Brock Bowers Kaboom. I'll put up the videos, screenshots of the videos up here as well while I'm talking and all that, for all these purchases and all that. So you can kind of see just kind of some of the videos and what I've spent money on and all that. And there's a ton of content I posted, so check them out. And I want to say thank you for 2,000 subscribers. Hopefully by the time you're watching this, I have hit it. I've been watching for the last probably like 5 hours or so, and we've been at 1,999. So if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. You could be the 2,000th subscriber, and if not, then I really just hope you enjoy these videos and all that, and that you do decide to subscribe. It helps me out, and it really makes me want to keep making these videos and all that. So Venmo buys, I spent $210. So on Ryan's Cards LLC Discord server, I spent a lot of money and all that, and some of the sellers want Venmo, so I spent that with them. There's also a link down below to join Ryan's Cards LLC Discord server. You'll see some of my revenues and expenses, like I'll talk about later in this video, also come from there. So it's a very, very much highly, I would say, fundamental and crucial platform and marketplace for my own business here. And I really want to be able to be where I was without the marketplace. So very much believe in it and very much recommend it. Reading shows. So I spent at the Reading Card Show, I spent $315. At the Fairfield Card Show, this will be my highest expense, especially in inventory. I think even in general, this will be my highest expense for sure. The Fairfield Card Show, I spent $5,173. I'll pop up a bunch of videos up here and all that of when I went to the Fairfield Card Show. Really love the Fairfield Card Show. Sadly, I think I won't be able to make it to the next one, or at least I'll have to do it one day. We'll see. I sent the host a message, but I'll talk about that in the future for sure as well. One day Sacramento Card Show, I spent $1,730 at the one day Sacramento Card Show in Sacramento, California. And online deals, I spent a grand total of $2,338.49. That was mainly on Ryan's Cards LLC Discord server, as well as some other interspersed deals I did. So that would be the total of my inventory expenses and all that. And that total comes out to be a grand whopping $12,151.49. So already have quite a bit of expense to come back from. And let's get into our other expenses. That is not all that you need to run a business, especially for sports cards and in general. It's not just inventory. It's going to be a lot of other things. So housing, food, and other expenses here. We have hotel. I spent money on a hotel because of the card shows and all that. $300.52 was my total there. Food. So when you go out to events and all that, you do need to refuel, and you need to eat, and you need to drink and all that. So I spent $162.21 on food. Gas and transportation, I spent a lot more than this time than last time, and it was $641.70. So that probably equated to more gas expenses, and also more gas. And then there was like a couple more Ubers I did, and also then helping out with certain other aspects of transportation there. Shipping, I spent money on shipping, $30.84. So the grand total of those four categories there is $1,135.24. It does, or 27 cents, I think that would be. So one of the big important things for running a card business and any business is your supplies. Your supplies is what gets you to that final end game customer, and it really does make the difference between being a business and it being a hobby, or just in general. It really does step up your game in general for selling and buying things. And so the supplies expense here, we're going to start off with top loaders. Top loaders, I spent $400.47. Bubble mailers, I spent $62.19. Card dividers, I spent $49.31. Card sleeves, I spent $74. Team bags, I spent $41.78. Graded card sleeves, I spent $93.33. Miscellaneous, I spent $250.34. So that would be like tape, paper, you have envelopes, scissors, a whole bunch of other things also equated in that. And then Safeway, I spent some money to, going to a card show and all that. And I spent like money on batteries for a portable fan that I bought. Just one of the expenses there. And I spent $27.41. And then I had extra supplies expenses too, and that would be $150. I allotted that. Our total supplies expense was $1,148.83 for the first quarter here, and that is not all. We have also a subscription expense category here. That would be pretty much eBay store. You have Ryan's Discord that I'm in, CapCut to actually make these videos, Canva to create the thumbnails, and other things also go over here. So eBay store, I spent $23.85. I have the Cards of Quality username and all that. I'll pop it up here. Go and follow the store. I'm going to do more and more eBay stuff here in the future. Ryan's Discord, I spent $55 on. They increased their membership to $20 during February. So hence the $20 for February and March each, and then $15 for January there, and getting you to a total of $55. CapCut, I spent $49.97. NFL Plus, I spent $44.57 or 97 cents. I think it's 97 cents there. And you have card shows. I spent $216. So to get into card shows and to actually host at the Reading card show, that was $200 on table there alone. The Fairfield card show, I spent $15, and the One Day Sacramento card show, I spent $1, and hence the $216 price point there. I figured it was I put it in subscriptions because it's not like a recurring, or it's not like a supplies. It's kind of not an inventory, and it's kind of just not the hotel and other. I guess it could put in other, but put it in subscriptions. You got Amazon Prime. I had for football to watch the Thursday night football game. I think they had some of the playoff games there also on Amazon Prime, but $16.08. I canceled that, so that's why it was so low. Canva, I spent $45 on for the 3 months. My phone bill, I spent $223.92 on, and that's equating to the amount of usage that I use for the business and all that. Internet is $155.54, and that is also equating to what I use for the business. So the total subscription expense there is $828.33. So the lowest of the 4 different categories that I have talked about here, but definitely some of the more important ones and all that. It's not free to make these YouTube videos and all that, and it does take some knowledge and some extra goodies there. So the total expenses, so grand total expenses were $15,263.92. So that's what I spent to actually run the business and all that in the first 3 months of 2025. Now, hopefully that means that we have a lot of revenue coming our way, because $15,263.92, that is a lot of money, but it is very much all necessary to run the business here. You have revenues. This is what a lot of people like to talk about. It's what a lot of people like to push, and it's more fun to talk about revenues than it is expenses and all that. But we have direct sales we're going to start off with. So the direct sales I have done, I had one deal I did to a viewer and a Whatnot supporter, all that. I sold $175. It was a couple cards to him. I sold some on Ryan's Cards LLC Discord server, and then one to also someone I met at a card show and all that. So networking at card shows can be big. So I sold one deal to Ryan's Cards. Actually, I think it was $625.71 was the Ryan's Discord sale there. Big time place to sell your sports cards and all that. Is Ryan's Cards LLC Discord server. It's linked down below. I'll earn an affiliate revenue, and I very, very heavily believe in Ryan's Discord server. And you can also earn an affiliate revenue yourself and all that. So I'll talk about that more here also. So $470.50 I sold to someone I met at a card show, and then $40 was a direct sale. I think that was also Ryan's Discord server there, pretty sure. And let's talk about the thing that drives YouTubers in general, and that would be YouTube revenue and affiliate revenue. Now, for a lot of YouTubers, they do make a wild amount of money, but for me, you can see here that I don't make a ton of money off of YouTube ad revenue and affiliate revenue, but it is a nice little stimulus, I like to call it, just nice little hoorah every now and then. Each month I get paid out, but you have to have $100 minimum, which is why this one is a little higher for the YouTube revenue here. $388.28 for my YouTube ad revenue. That would be a combined total from December, January, February, and March, because actually it might even be November. Let me think here. Yeah, I think it's November, December, January, and February payouts, because I don't think I would have had March be hit here. I could be wrong. I'll pop it up here if I'm wrong and all that, but still a really nice, decent little 3-month pay there. Not a ton of money. I'm not going to retire in the Bahamas, but going to help out the business side of things and all that, and help create better and better content for you guys. Affiliate revenue here, I had on Ryan's Cards Discord server, I earned a $282.25 of affiliate revenue. So almost beating out the YouTube revenue. I actually think at certain points during this month, I've earned more money and on Ryan's Discord server with the affiliate revenue link than I did for just YouTube ad revenue. So whenever you hear people talking about YouTubers just make a ton of money, it's just simply not very truthful for most instances and all that. On Whatnot, this is the biggest revenue here source and the entire thing that we'll talk about here. So we're hoping that this one is high, because we need to make up for our expenses that we had. The sales we had on Whatnot, it totaled out for the first 3 months here was $20,981 in sales. So that is not all what you get to take home. They take out fees. They take out certain other things like extra shipping costs. If you run giveaways, you have to pay the shipping cost for those. Certain other things they will dock you for and all that. So the total estimated payout that I did receive from Whatnot was $17,322.05. So just the Whatnot revenue alone has surpassed our expenses. So we are profitable on the first quarter of this year, which is very, very good to hear and good to see. Now let's get into the final expenses here. We have, or final revenues, sorry, that we have for the quarter here. So sales on eBay totaled out to be $2,337.91. That is before fees and all that is taken out. So in revenue, we had $1,678.67. Now I'll pop up the eBay store up here that I had. I had a big sale for a Kaboom and all that. That's why that number is so high. And the big thing is that I gotta try to bring that number to be about that, if not higher, because I want to focus or grow the eBay side of things and other sides of things also more and more here in the future. So I sold some stuff during the Fairfield Card Show and their trade night that they did, and I earned $645 during the Fairfield Card Show and the trade night that they host there. And the last source of revenue that the business has incurred would be during the Reading Card Show. It's a one-day card show that's hosted in Reading, California. It's by one of the card shops out here that I set up at. I'm thinking that I'll be able to actually set up at this one next time. I wasn't able to, based off of the Fairfield's actual dates and all that they had before, but now they moved it to the week before, and now I'm probably not going to be able to do that one except maybe for one day potentially. We'll see. I have a previous arrangement that I have to do that same weekend, so we'll see what the rundown is. But the total for the card show would be $2,381, and that equates to $364 in Venmo sales, $900 in PayPal, and an estimated $1,117 in cash sales. So the total revenue of the entire quarter here for the business would be $24,008.46. Now, if you do the math on that, I think we would have just been shy, or depending on how you do your math, on the first 3 months in that first quarter, you might have been able to stretch those numbers to hit six-figure business. And that is very, very wild to me as in revenue. The big thing is that if you counted only sales, now this is kind of like a topic to talk about potentially. If you're counting only sales, I think technically we far exceeded the estimated six-figure business, that next leap that would be. But I've on Google and all that, the revenue is really what people are focusing on. It's not profit, it's revenue. So the revenue each and every month for the year, for the entire year, exceeds $100,000, and you have yourself a six-figure business. Now, so that wouldn't technically be the 24,000 wouldn't actually equal out to be a six-figure business, but I think some people do stretch out when they're talking about it and do sales instead of revenue. So they take out, they don't count the fees that are taken out and all that in those numbers, and then they inflate their numbers and all that. Not sure. That's just what one of my thoughts are about that situation there. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be asking me, what did you profit though on this video and on other videos and all that, it's just something that people like to talk about, and it's one of those things that not many people do talk about. So in order to get profit, subtract your expenses from your revenue, and that would be a grand total profit of $8,744.54 on the first quarter alone. That is a wild growth and very much grateful for your guys' support on everything that I do and all that. The business side of things, it's a lot and all that. I'm actually technically in the process of creating my office in my old room and all that. I haven't really been in that room for literally 4 years and all that. Just going to grow that, and hopefully it increases productivity. It also would mean that I'm going to have more expenses here for quarter number 2 and all that, and maybe potentially a backseat on revenue and all that, but we will shall see how it does impact it in the next quarter video. Now, please leave a comment down below if you guys would like me to do these monthly videos. I know there is one channel out there that has adapted and started doing these videos and all that. They do it monthly. I just feel like I don't want to drown out the very much hyped up content and all that. I already put out 2 videos, or a video every other day. So every 2 days I release a long form video, and then also release shorts and all that. So just sound bites from the videos, and then potential unique content here in the future, hopefully. But I'm going to try to get that office set up. Going to take you guys along the journey here at a certain point, kind of do some of the bigger things, and then start, documenting that journey and all that. There is a lot to do that I have to get done and all that. I actually have to get the the Whatnot stream inventory ready still. I haven't got a single card of that ready. So big things to do. I got to get this video out for you guys and all that. Each and every Wednesday, 6 p.m. PST, I go live and sell an absolute ton of cards on Whatnot. And it is pretty much the driving factor and most crucial thing to my business. So check it out. The screenshot of my profile will be up here, how to search it, and then there's links down below to Ryan's Discord server and just a whole bunch of other things. So I appreciate you guys all your support and all that. I really do hope you decide to subscribe, and hope that you enjoyed this video and many other videos in the future that I upload. And that's all I got for now. I really appreciate you guys' support on everything. Again, it really means the world to me, and I hope that I see you in the next video. Deuces.